I got to tell you, I tried to let this go. I really did. I'm going back to yesterday's news, but I tried to let this go. It was something within inside of me. I was driving my car. I was even in bed. Just random times, and I kept thinking about this. I'm finally washing my hair. Got shampoo in the shower, and the rest. For whatever reason, I could come to a piece on this. Sandhagen made a comment about TJ Dillashaw. And he said, you know what? He said, TJ has no compassion for the division. He proved that when he took the fight with Aljo, knowing the condition that his shoulder was in. That's an interesting spot. I mean, that's a very interesting take. This sport has been taken over by fake tough guys. And if you're a new fan, I mean, if you came along anywhere in the last decade or even two, you'll just have to take my word for it. But back in 93, back when they didn't get on a scale, they didn't even wrap their hands. They didn't ask for a break to get a little drink of water every 5 minutes. They didn't pull out of fights, and we didn't lose any main events. Am I right? There used to be a different time. And it was just a little bit of a different mentality. I don't want to give Sandhagen a hard time. I'm not certain that he's wrong here. I'm just sharing with you. It's a different mentality. Back in the time when the tough guys existed, okay, you got credit for walking into a cage fight knowing you have a very high possibility of finding yourself in said contest down an arm. If you were going to take on the baddest dude on earth with the world watching, and there was a very good possibility that you were going to have to do it at least for moments with one arm, you would get credit. People would look at you as a tough guy. And now in today's world, they want you to pull out. You get credit for pulling out. And some of these topics get to be real sensitive where you don't want to touch it. You're just better and you're just safer. People get scared to talk. 2021 rolls around. We got the Olympic Games, and possibly the most famous athlete was Simone Biles. Possibly in all of the Olympics. And Simone has something that bothers her mentally. And she withdraws from the competition, but she's already there. She's already at the games. We can't get an alternate in. We can't get another young lady who sacrificed and dreamed, and it's such a rare opportunity. And Simone did not go out and compete, and when she did that, and she's certainly not the first. She's not the first to have a moment become too big. But she was the first who gave herself credit for it. She was the first to say, I did this to show bravery. I had the courage to put my health in front of everything. My mental health. She did a press conference and she got backed up. There was former gymnasts all over the world, and they were doing little sound bites, right? You know how they do the Olympics and they throw it over here, and now you're in Toledo, and now you're in Youngstown, and now this person's out in Chicago. And they all put her over, what incredible courage it was. And it was very interesting to me because they were all lying. They were disgusted. Athletes were disgusted by this. This was a terribly shocking move from a selfish standpoint, but to publicly put on display the weakness of conceding. They didn't want to say it. They were too scared, and they got behind it. And I don't bring that to relive what happened there. I'm asking to see if I understand this right from Sandhagen's standpoint. He believed that the right thing to do would be pull out. He would give a pat on the back. He would give credit to a guy who did not fulfill his obligation, who did not fulfill his agreement with the fans, who didn't fulfill the sacrifice and hard work that himself and his family and his peers and his coaches and everybody put into it. He should have pulled out because he wasn't feeling great. And one of the reasons I keep thinking about it is there's no way I'm understanding that right. There's no way that's Sandhagen's message. Sandhagen doesn't follow the sport or his own division. That Sandhagen's tough as hell. There's no way he has the mentality that Simone shouldn't have shown up. She's good enough to go watch. She's healthy enough to hold a press conference. But that she shouldn't go out there and there's no way that he thinks that. There's no way he thinks that TJ should have had a life of work and pulled out and handed it to somebody else. But where's the compassion? If I do misunderstand it, where is the compassion? Where is that? There was a guy that was going to the Olympics, and he pulled out. He was an alternate. And this was way back, about 96. This could have even been 92, but somewhere within my lifetime, he pulled out and he let the alternate have an opportunity. And I remember seeing that, and I just remember thinking, I would not do the same. If I was hurt, I'd have kept it to myself. I'd have got to the mat. If I had every reason to believe I'm going to have no success here, our country is going to get no points, but I will get the experience and I will be an Olympian. Something I earned and worked for. And now all I got to do is pull the straps up and walk out there. I've already made the team. Everything's done. I would go do that. And I don't think of myself as a bad person in that regard. Be a very selfish moment. It came down to combat, and it came down to combat to make the team. Nobody helped me. Nobody sidestepped. Nobody did me any favors. In fact, they tried to take it all from me. I want to then hand it back to him. And I'm just not sure what it was that TJ was supposed to do. Was TJ not supposed to compete? Was he not supposed to try? Was he not supposed to hope for the best? Was he not supposed to go out there and try to kick him in the head and never even tell anybody that the arm happened in the first place? What was it that he was supposed to do? What was it that would have shown compassion? And compassion to who? Compassion to himself, to his team? Compassion to the other guys? Hand them an opportunity. They're never going to thank you. They're not even going to buy it from you. I mean, not for nothing, but this is a business. What part of it would have been the right thing to do? And why is TJ not getting credit for it? I mean, is the whole world still in Pretendville? I watched them one after the next. So you put a camera and a microphone, one after the next, patting Simone on the back. They didn't mean any of it. They were disgusted. But they didn't have the courage to say that they were disgusted. So which one's this? Am I misunderstanding it? Would have the brave and right thing been to do? To quit? Say I didn't feel good? I see it different. I think what TJ did took a lot of courage, and it was an opportunity that he earned. That's how I see it.